Hello, humans and otherwise. Welcome back to my blind Let's Play of Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Last time we made it to the Cloud Keep where Nia awaited. And she was seemingly killed when D and J showed up, the Mobiuses. They were tracking us through Mio because she's part Mobius still. And we managed to kill both of them. Well, it was actually Jay who did it. We got him to come back to our side, and he just ended them both. And as much as I wanted to kill Jay, he actually made me tear up when he actually did die. And then Mia, not Mia, Nia, Mio and Nia confused now. Nia ended up being okay, and the last thing we did was, well, she introduced herself, and the brought us to this point right here. So let us continue.
N and M. Another version of us. What are we really? Why do we exist in the first place? The answers are within me, together with her hopes and dreams. I will give them a voice. I will make him hear our truth.
Melia.
300 days remain to the intersection. It seems we might make it.
Yes. It took every bit of our combined intellects, but we built it.
To prepare for the time our two worlds collide.
All that we are is contained within. Memories and our souls.
We will all be gone, and then reborn. Will it be a new beginning, or our demise? No one can tell us that.
Time will run its due course, and show us the true meaning of our deed.
Yeah, the moment the world's connected. Yeah, they were already talking to each other.
In the distant past, what was once a single world was cleft in twain.
Yes.
Plus and minus, on the surface, they were identical. These two worlds of opposing nature knew nothing of each other as they wended their way towards their own respective futures. However, the worlds yearned for each other. Against the solitude of existence, they strove to reunite. Though it would spell certain destruction, should the two worlds intersect, they would cancel each other out and cease to be, leaving only light. Light, a shining beacon in the darkness, the last common language left to us. Though we inhabited separate worlds, the medium of light allowed us to communicate for the very first time. And so we sought for a way to prevent total oblivion. We pooled our knowledge and through time gave birth to a single point of hope. Origin. An arc containing all the world's data, recorded in words of light, carrying hope into the future. Origin was a system we constructed to reboot the world's states. And then, time was upon us. The reboot process failed to initiate. Instead, in that instant, the worlds became still. By the will of Mobius.
So it's their fault.
And at the heart of it was their ringleader, Zed. You could say Zed embodies this frozen world.
But what does that achieve? Freezing everything.
Not a thing. He didn't need to do anything after that. Only to keep everything in its place in stasis, and create an eternity to abide within. As was their wish.
He made our lives their sustenance.
Precisely so. In order to gain control of Origin, Zed captured the Kavesi Queen.
To what end?
To access the memories in Origin. To bend them to his will. He needed a key held only by its creators.
A key?
A heart might be more fitting. Zed used the key held by the Queen of Kevis and seized Origin in its entirety. Controlling Origin means controlling the world. And having shackled it, he can bend it to his will. Life and death are his playthings.
Life and death.
No one, not even M, knew the origins of this world.
So I guess you have another key.
Yes, it's in my possession. With its help, I was able to create the Ouroboros stones. Though most of the power is with Zed, I have been able to resist him to a small extent.
It's a cogwheel?
One of the gears from Origin. Through a process of catalysis between the Origin substrate and the core in my chest, I can generate the stones.
And thanks to that, we became Ouroboros.
Yes, but not completely.
Huh?
Remember, have you not succumbed to Mobius's power before? As I've said before, Zed commands the world's very fabric. Unfortunately, my own powers are sorely limited. And yet, you too can break Zed's fetters, as you've shown, smashing through the rules he established. With your Ouroboros powers and the Sword of the End, both.
The Sword of the End.
The sword you hold. It is a byproduct of resonance between the Kavesi Queen's heart and Origin.
Does that mean it's like an Ouroboros stone?
The Ouroboros stones and the sword, they're mere gimmicks. The crux of them lies with you. You see, there are keys inside of you too.
Inside of us.
Keys?
Finally, my efforts were rewarded. I'm glad to meet with all of you who embody hope.
Majesty, what is it that we must do?
Right. Infiltrate Origin, then free it and the Kavesi Queen. From Zed. From the hands of Mobius once and for all.
If we do free it, will we get to change the world? It's so cruel and senseless. Can we undo that? Your Majesty...
If you desire to have a future before you...
I need to know. Zed and Mobius. Must they be our enemy?
No. Now that is something for you to decide. After confronting them and discerning for yourselves what they truly are.
All right.
Come this way.
So that's how it is.
Always nice to have more friends.
Now we know the truth. Yeah, they're just trying to perpetuate their own existence. The entire world's held in stasis.
Okay, buddy. Surprise me.
It's like time doesn't progress.
Good thing we found this.
And the two worlds haven't been able to properly fuse together, huh? Yeah, this thing, I thought it was like a stasis pod like the other ones that people normally come out of, the yellow net.
Behold. There are the nadir of the vortex, sleep's origin.
In the sea?
Deep beneath the sea where none may tread, Zed spins his world-spanning web.
So you're saying the Queen of Kevis, she's there as well?
Well, snuff me. I want to save the Queen as much as the next guy. But how are we supposed to even get there? You can't even get near without being ripped apart.
Yeah, but if anyone were to know the trick, it's Queen Nia. Seeing as, you know, she's the mastermind behind the whole origin shebang, yeah?
Right. Actually, I kinda don't.
Oh, but you're the Queen! How do you not know that?
This is shocking.
Absolute nonsense. I simply cannot believe this.
I don't know how to respond.
Come on, you lot. Rein it in now.
Huh? Hang on.
Hmm?
Mio, don't you get to use those Mobius powers?
Well...
Then it should be a snap, right? Pew! We're there! Those clowns were doing it all the time!
Actually,
Go on.
I can't use them right now. The Mobius powers.
What?
I noticed it right after we liberated the castle. I couldn't work out why myself. It was so sudden.
No! Is this why you blew us off saying to ask the Queen ourselves?
Sorry, Uni.
Oh, love.
I suspect it must be Zed.
Huh?
The power of Mobius. It's part of the flow and fabric of the world. What is permitted, and what is prohibited, is subject to Zed's whims. Even with Origin, not every Mobius knows of his existence.
But I was able to use the Ouroboros powers.
The power you currently wield is, let's say, external to the flow. Even Zed himself cannot grasp what's beyond his reach. Therein is my hope based.
We're still stuck, though. We know where to go, but we're kind of dead in the water here.
How to tackle the vortex, then? Mr. Salmon.
Mr. Salmon was, that Nopon from the city.
Yeah. Recall what he said about a ship that could brave the great sea.
Yeah, he did say that.
Ultimate vessel.
That right. Even vortexing raging great sea not slow advance. It'd go down in history as queen of boats. Still work in progress, but sure to bring to fruition someday. It's someone's dream.
Yeah, he did say that. Something about it being able to take on stormy weather.
Wait, wasn't that a work in progress, though?
I think he might have been drawing up blueprints.
Whatever Mr. Salmon said, he was pretty ardent about it.
Which must mean...
There might be a way to get there, after all. All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Finally, our lucky break.
Looks like this place was worth the trip.
Better hurry. I hardly imagine Mobius will stand idly by.
Agreed.
Your Majesty!
Huh?
Thanks a lot. Things are looking up.
Sure.
Yeah, that's more like the Nia I know.
Right, okay. I think I understand. If you're looking for Samon, he'll be in maintenance, same as usual. I'll send someone to get you. Just head on over.
Many thanks. We'll be outside the Cloud Keep.
Back to the city for a bit then.
Yep.
Yeah. Travis arranged to have us picked up at the entrance.
Still don't know what's really going on with Mobius. Other than that, they kept the world in stasis. And they're just perpetuating their own existences forever, basically. Well, the two worlds fusing would have annihilated each other, huh? So yeah, the worlds aren't properly joined.
These entrance stairs are super long. Hey, that gives me an idea.
You want to do some sprints after?
Yeah, I see that.
Supply drop. Looks like we might get lucky.
Saw that on the way here, just didn't bother with it. Still don't know where Mobius comes from, though, really. And Z is essentially God of the world at this point, but hey. Killed God in the first game. You kill a God in this one, too. Killing gods is the JRPG staple anyway. Yeah, the two worlds merged. The idea, the two worlds would merge, and they created information based in light. Everything would become light, and the information light would trigger the world a proper fusion of the worlds, and everything would be restored.
I'm just glad the people in the city made it through unscathed.
Me too. It's a huge weight off my mind.
But things kind of got screwed up. Good to know what's really going on. Mostly, anyway. We still don't have all the details yet.
Ah, friends mean old Butte. She tucked away, all cozy in dock number 3.
What? Really?
You built it.
Curious?
We are.
All righty. Then please follow Sam on to port.
Yeah, you're just looking at blueprints, and you finished it now? That's absolutely amazing if that's true. Have you seen what Mobius did to the Great Sword? How and Ionios were supposed to go toe-to-toe with that? I believed you could take them down with the Ouroboros' help, but now I think we might very well be better off hiding for our lives. Yeah, there's the Sea Discontent.
And now we know things.
We do! You know, quite a bit at this point, actually. Quite a bit. So like question mark, let's check it out.
Oh, at long flipping last. There you are, Mash.
Looking for moi? Maz, how have you been? We've been scouring high and low for you.
Yes. Lovely to see you too. You have some business to discuss?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Pull the other one, Mash. It's got bells on it.
So cold, Mazzy. Ice cold. Don't pretend you don't know what we're talking about.
Me and my fair lady ordered matching accessories. Quite a while ago, too. It's getting silly now.
Yeah, and I recall we paid a pretty penny up front too. Don't want to rush you, Maz, but come on.
Oh, yes, of course. Oh, of course, I hadn't forgotten.
No, you did.
I was literally just pinning down the final touches on the design. I'm on the cusp of beginning production.
You completely forgot.
Oh, you were you? Well, I'm glad to hear it, Mash. Phew! I was sweating buckets there. Thought the whole thing had slipped your mind.
Perish the thought. That would be tragic.
Right.
My sincerest apologies. It did, in fact, utterly escape me.
Figured.
Figures.
But Maz, you're so chuffing brilliant at what you do. It's just such a crying shame that you're like this, you know?
Oh, how it pains me to know it.
Hey, at least you remembered now. We're still on board, by the way. As long as you give us a discount for the trouble.
We're looking forward to the finished products. Ta-ta!
Well, I put my foot in it again. Perhaps I ought to hire a clerk.
What is the deal with those guys?
They're soldiers, those two. Illustrious members of the Lost Numbers. Not to mention my clients. Previously, I received a commission from them for a pair of matching accessories, but clearly my mind was otherwise occupied. Letting my clients wait any longer than this is going to tarnish my reputation. I'll have to expedite my work.
Should we help?
What? Are you quite sure?
We'd be pretty crappy friends if we just left you in the lurch now, innit?
Gosh! Well, I'm incredibly grateful for the offer. I shall have to be sure to compensate you appropriately when the order is completed.
Will we need to leave the city again to gather materials?
No. Before any of that, we will need to prioritize information gathering.
Information? What kind? And why?
Even the most basic accessory necessitates a great deal of thought. One must consider its shape, application, presentation.
I mean, you're not wrong.
But above all else, it is imperative to pin down the nature of the individual to whom it will ultimately belong.
How do you mean, nature?
We must learn more about Jake and Tessa, find out what makes them tick. Only then will we discern the accessories they desire. That is how I do things, and that is where we must begin.
Well, if that's how you do things, and they're already well aware of that, then this is what they want.
Sounds like a really roundabout way to do things. Why not just ask them yourself?
Only a third-rate charlatan would consider such a thing. The true creme de la creme must fulfill their clients' orders without uttering even a word.
But you don't have much time.
Which is why I'm very grateful for your assistance.
We may have our work cut out for us.
Yeah.
I suppose we should start by asking people who are close to those two.
That's the way indeed. Then let's begin our inquiries. We must talk to Jake and Tessa's compeers in the Lost Numbers and find all we can about them.
And it's a hero quest.
Always nice to have more friends. Jake and Tessa, yeah? They seem a bit wishy-washy, if I'm honest.
Well, let's see. Their actions will surely speak for themselves.
Well, I wasn't expecting to pop up in a hero quest,
I hope everyone's getting along.
but I shall do it. You want to know about Jake and Tessa? Yeah, I got you. They're kind of celebrities among us lost numbers. Oh, really? They don't like to talk about this too loudly, but you know how Jake's basically houseless, right? Houseless? Ah yes, certain circles bandy that term about to describe one who cannot trace their descent to any of the established lineages. It's unfortunate, but people in that position often find themselves placed on the fringes of our society. Jake got bullied relentlessly as a kid. Poor guy could never catch a break. Basically, he's not nobility. But Tessa, who's the same age as Jake, would always look after him and make sure he was okay. The darker Jake's mood got, the brighter and more cheerful she'd act around him. In fact, it's probably thanks to her that Jake started to lighten up. Now he's, well, as you know him. Wow, that wasn't the kind of story I was expecting. You never know it from the way he acts. Yeah, well, they can get on your nerves sometimes. Can't deny it's kind of an inspiring story. I've earned our respect. It's not every day you get to see a story of true love unfold, eh? No big wonder they ended up getting hitched in the end, I suppose. Yeah, right? Makes sense. Oh yeah, they are both over there. See if we can fast travel. Let's get there quicker.
This goes here, that goes there.
Open. Okay, we had to wait for it. There's an elevator, that makes sense.
Time for a little rest.
Back in the day, Tessa once found herself caught between Kavesi and Agnian troops during a mission. It was a big one, for honesters and all. The two had a tough call to make, calling a retreat. They had to leave Tessa behind. But Jake refused the order. Let me guess, he went in to rescue her all by himself? That's right. Fire from both nations fell all around them like rain while he ran in with all the breath in his lungs. Everyone thought they were good as dead. But no, Jake picked up the wounded Tessa and did the impossible, getting her home. He ended up taking more hits than her, wound up bloody from head to toe. Not a pretty sight. He didn't mind. He was just content that he didn't have to lose Tessa. Wish I had half that guy's courage. Yeah! It's one hell of a guy, huh? That's a keeper. Another question is, how do you get over there? This way. This is from House Rhodes. They try not to have anything to do with the Vandoms and Doyles if they can. Personality-wise, though, this is more of a Vandom. She's always wanted to bring a fight to Mobius. Naturally, her parents didn't look too kind about her wanting to be a soldier. They were this close to disowning her one time. But you shouldn't own your kids anyway. That's when Jake stepped in. He convinced Tessa's folks to let her join the Lost Numbers, under the condition he'd sign up too to protect her. If it was going to be so hard on Tessa, wouldn't it make more sense for Jake to try and talk her out of it as well? You put it like that, but then there'd be no one left on Tessa's side at all. Maybe it sounds cliched, but Jake will always have Tessa's back, even if that means the whole world's against him. Yeah, I got that feeling. He's gonna be by her side no matter what. He's gonna support her on everything she does, regardless of what it is. Talk about passionate, eh?
That should be information enough for now. Shall we reconvene?
We shall! Right over here, right?
I've I've already got food on the brain.
Acquired Hero Masha. Already did that, but city camp, right here, okay.
Yeah, you can't always give 100%.
Well, no. Got enough EXP for a little? Yes!
I definitely feel stronger.
Oh, really? Come on. Right Joy-Con again.
And today's story is... Well, this wasn't what I was expecting.
I know. I figured they'd be a couple of quirky jokers.
No, not at all.
Sounds like they've had it rough.
Indeed. They appear so ostentatious and fickle, one could be quick to dismiss them as mindless followers. But the truth is that they are loyal soldiers both, and they care deeply for each other. In which case, I'd be inclined to substitute an eye-catching design for something altogether more somber. The accessory they seek is most likely...
Most likely... what?
That shall have to wait. In any case, I have a clear idea of what would suit them now. You've been a tremendous help.
Good to hear. So I'm guessing the next step is we go looking for the materials, yeah?
Aha, you guessed correctly.
Of course.
Are you going to tell us what we need?
Yes, I'll need two things. One of them, far easier to come by. I'll start with that. One may find rose quartz growing on Corn Island on the Arithia Sea. What I would need is a quartz crystal with a particularly high purity, known as Red Shawl.
Corn Island. Got it. Let's go take a look.
And of course, it's not going to be something I already have. I gotta have it be something unique.
There's crystals everywhere. How are we gonna find the right stuff?
That's a question best left for our resident expert, Masha.
Apparently it's up there. But the question is, how do we get up there? Because at this point, not much is a threat. Like, how the hell do we get up there? I have no idea where to even start.
With it other rewards too.
Remember this problem before trying to do things. Everything's like up super high, and I don't have the slightest idea of how to actually get there.
Something so valuable here.
There doesn't actually seem to be a way to get up there. But there has to be, somehow. Obviously. Don't know what it is. Right? You can't just pop into our skulls and fly. This isn't Chronicles X. Oh, if we could, I'd get annoyed at the music changing whenever we flew. As always did when I was playing Chronicles X. I don't want the music to go and change, especially when I'm in Noctilum in the daytime. Music's too awesome, I don't want it to be changed. The flying theme. The Noctilum area, the Australia of Planet Mira. Everything there wants you dead. Doesn't matter what it is, it wants you to die. Well, we can go up here. But is it the up we need? Perhaps swing us around to our destination. You might have to take the long way. Giant cacti. Yeah, it looks like this will swing us around.
Good thing we found this.
Drops, gimme. Don't attack me, you things.
We can't leave it like this.
We can, we're just not going to. It's 40, nice. You keep spewing stuff all over the place, might as well grab it. Those look like they're arranged very nicely.
Whoa, got a rare doodah right here.
I grab them all. Fool's chrome.
Oh, a container.
They're fool's gold, but fool's chrome. What's down there? Might we have to go down there to get around? Or was this place actually swing around? This place does swing around and go higher.
This looks climbable.
Yes, you know it's climbable. It stands out like crazy. How nice for all climbable vines in the entire world to be the exact same color. And to only go straight up like this. Really? 2 of them? And you're clearly not the last Ansel because there's 2 of you! And I saw more of you down in the area too.
Okay. Have it.
When it comes to the last Ansel, there would be literally none left.
The next leg of our journey will take us to the Orion tunnels.
Oh, all the way back to Uriah, huh?
Hold on. Don't tell me you're taking us down there to do actual mining for you.
Ah, close, but no mica. It's not minerals you'll be mining this time, but monsters.
Huh? No, literally, right?
Deep in the Orion tunnels, there's said to exist a rare species of roppel. The unique mineral which takes root on its back, argentium, will be our next target. Though I must confess, I have ever set eyes on it but a single time.
Well, how are you so sure that you'll be able to find it then?
Well, we had no trouble getting the first material. Let's stay optimistic.
Better hope our luck's not run out yet. Off to the mines with us then.
Yeah. But like trying to mine it off of a monster. That's like what I want to do in Final Fantasy XIV. Instead of fighting Titan like normal, I want to fight Titan with an army of miners. Just mine Titan to death. Use a giant rock. Oh, what is that exactly? Legacy of the Seven, huh? Almost looks like it's the edge of the world right there. Kind of like in a golden sun. The world was literally flat. But that's not the case here. Off to Uriah! And since apparently the ship is done, we don't need to actually worry about that, it looks like.
Looks like a pretty rare specimen.
Oh, we don't want to go down, we need to go up. Will the elevator take us? No. So if the ship really is finished, we don't need to go gather materials for it, which is what I figured would probably happen. We can consider this the hunt for materials for the ship. Unless it ends up also, needing to gather materials for it.
This was a nice find.
Which is possible. Hope not, though, after doing this. As soon as I hear, oh yeah, there's a ship we can use, but it's still being built, the immediate thought is, I'm going to have to gather materials to complete it, aren't I? Because that's what always happens.
Is that the Rappler we wanted?
Yep, looks like it.
Quite remarkable, isn't it? Let's procure our ore before it gets away.
Not so much ether there, huh?
Troubling might be one way to put this.
Gale's eyes over here.
Sergeant Ruppel. So level 51 now, literally 10 levels higher. I don't think it's going to be very threatening. It's a rare monster. It's also black. Is it a shiny? Are we dealing with a shiny Ruppel? Unlike in Pokemon, shinies here actually do have different stats. In Pokemon, it being a shiny doesn't matter, it's just how it looks, so I never cared about them. People are just obsessed with getting a hold of them. I want nothing but shinies! Like, it doesn't matter. Their stats are identical to the originals. Now, the first time I encountered the shiny ever in Pokemon, I KO'd it immediately because I didn't care. I didn't know what it was, actually. Not that it mattered. Pellet swaps are irrelevant. If I see it, whatever, I'll get it, but it doesn't really matter. I'm not one of the people that'll go crazy trying to get a shiny of every single Pokemon there is. I'm sure there are people who do that kind of stuff. I know I had a couple shinies while playing Legends Arceus. Or Arceus, whatever, I forget how it's pronounced. It's been a while since I played that.
So glad we got the Argentium without too much fuss.
We were fortunate indeed. Well then, the city beckons.
So it does. Literally says it right there. City.
Once again, your incomparable efforts have paved the way forward. Thank you, my dears. I feel now that I can finally produce the accessory I have in my mind's eye.
Isn't this an excessive amount of time and effort for a couple of accessories?
That, good sir, is the difference between the ready-made and the tailor-made. That, and it's my sales point. All right, you may have to give me a while. It is complete.
Contract bracelets.
Good work, Masha.
Times 1. Were you going to making 2 of them, though?
Okie doke.
Well, it says
To those
bracelets.
two.
Yes, just a moment. I've given them a call and arranged for them to take delivery at the Founders Square.
I really hope they'll like them.
They better. After all the trouble they put us through.
I know.
You needn't worry. They will be satisfied, I assure you, or my name is not Masha.
So it's bracelets this time, huh?
That's correct. Rings, bracelets, and the like happen to be my forte.
I hear the music, but I don't see anyone playing it. A couple kids playing.
Jake, Tessa. So sorry to have kept you waiting. These would be the items you requested. Do check if they're to your liking.
Oh, finally! Really kept us waiting, eh?
Oh, I am buzzing.
She did her best impression of a solid snake. Kept you waiting, huh?
The silver luster comes from an alloy of argentium. To my understanding, it is one of the strongest precious metals there is. Your unbreakable ties inspired the design at the heart of the bracelet, inlaid with a red gem of the highest purity. Those bracelets will not corrode or tarnish, and will preserve your bond for a great many years down the line.
Whoa. This'll do just grand. I couldn't have asked for something better. Kinda scary how perfect it is.
Amazing. We barely told you anything.
I really must confess, this is arguably one of my finest works to date. What better keepsake could there be to assuage the both of you alike?
Well, so you knew?
So you already know that much about us?
Hardly. It was quite simple. This was not the first time I've been enlisted for such a request. I'm not psychic.
Wait, what's this about? A keepsake?
You know what happens to us folk when we pop our clogs?
Yeah.
We're lost numbers, fighting at the front. Our numbers could be up tomorrow. And nothing will be left of us. We'll just whoosh into light. It's crap. We're not having any of it. Our names will go up on some cenotaph, but all we'll be is just another statistic.
Yeah. So you see, we figured there had to be a better way for us to be remembered by. Something that'd last long into the future. Something that we'd be proud of, to keep us in good memory.
And that's where the keepsakes come in.
There is naught in this life more beautiful and precious than a happy, cherished memory. And yet, it is human nature that the more precious we perceive a thing, the more we fear it might be whisked away.
You're not wrong.
Like these two here. They aren't the first city folk who wish to set their memories in stone. And certainly won't be the last. To leave something permanent, telling the world that they once lived, their lives' history writ, and spirits enshrined. A love that cannot be seen, immortalized in physical form. Therein lies the quintessence of my work as lapidarist extraordinaire.
Now that there's the head of House Cassini. Gal's a cut above. We were right to stick by you. Thanks, Emil. You're a gem.
Trust us. We'll take extra good care of him. Until our final breath. No. For a long, long, long time yet.
If the both of you are satisfied, then I am too. Those bracelets, may they serve you well, and impart to you a future both bright and prosperous. All right, that about wraps up the order. I'm truly grateful for all the support you've given me, you know. Rare is the job where one can feel such fulfillment.
Before we wrap up, I'd like to ask you something.
Yes, I'm all ears, my dear.
No, you don't look like you're made out of ears.
Those two appeared to mention something quite significant back there. The head of House Cassini.
Yep.
My, oh my, oh my. It seems I've been found out, have I?
What is this House Cassini?
One of the city's 6 houses. You know, like the House Vandam that Monica leads. If you're the head, then that makes you Monica's equal. You must be in quite the position of power.
Oh, hardly. I would never compare myself to the likes of Moni, dearest. I only succeeded the role as a formality when the former head unexpectedly made it known that they were going to step down.
And that doesn't interfere with your lapidarist extraordinaire business?
Doesn't seem very leaderly. What's everyone got to say about that?
Free is the citizen who embraces their freedom. We of House Cassini are free spirits, more so than the other houses. Such has been our code for generations. So long as one forges one's own path in life, unbound by societal principles, my house's role is to respect and support them in it.
I like that house.
So, you see, I serve the people of the city in my own way, as I personally see fit.
Wow, there really are all kinds in the city, huh?
Well now, that was a job well done. And thanks to the experience, I believe I have some new ideas for accoutrements. Let me use this sudden flash of inspiration to put our contract to good use. You did do the Ferris's share of the work, after all.
Thanks, Masha. We'll be counting on you.
And I shall expect nothing but the finest patronage.
You now craft a wider range of accessories. The party itself, Masha had no trouble crafting elegant keepsakes for Jake and Tessa that met their expectations, making another victory for the arts. Heroes class rank limit broken, alright.
I hope everyone's getting along.
Nice. But does she automatically become 20? Because they're always, yeah. I was gonna say, they're always maxed out immediately. So yes, yes it does. Nice that it's maxed out like that. Well, I got the accessory boost that I'm not even going to use, because I'm not going to get the materials to craft the accessories, but the story, I really liked the story. I always like the story of Hero Quests, and this one is no exception. That was very enjoyable. That's why I want to keep doing them. I'm all in for stories in games. Give me good stories, and this game has them. Lots of them. I want more. I love it. But that is where we are going to stop today. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. If you enjoyed my video, please give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. And if for whatever reason you want to talk to me, you can find me on Discord in a link in the description.